Me and Aaron are off out on another fossil hunt. Been really busy recently collecting fossils, and my dad's been doing a lot of fossil preparation as well. It's looking really promising today for a bag full of finds. We've got some pretty nice waves coming in. Let's get down on the beach, start looking for some fossils. Just arrived onto the beach. I've left Aaron on the other side. He's gone round this corner and I'm going in the opposite direction. So let's see what I can find, then we'll meet back up with Aaron and see what he's got. You can already see a singular pair of footprints that are heading in this direction. Hopefully there's a few fresh falls that we can look amongst. We've just arrived at the first patch of stones to look through. Looks like there's an ammonite there. First find of the day. Another worn ammonite nodule, another small partial ammonite, another small partial ammonite there as well. See where it's worn down all the way to the calcite within the chambers. A cross section of a bivalve shell there as well. People often say they look like little love hearts, but it's actually just the cross section of a shell. Looking in amongst the stones, I've noticed a large lump of sandstone which has got some poorly preserved fossil wood. Quite often you'll find pieces of plant material and other vegetation, but they aren't preserved very well in the sandstone. Not on this occasion anyway. If you get really lucky, you might find a piece that's worth taking home, but not on this occasion. While I was searching amongst the stones, I noticed a little growl, and there's actually a seal. I presume it's tired from swimming in the rough sea, so it's just having a nice rest, so we'll leave him alone. I was just walking amongst the boulders trying to get down to the sand so I could move to the next part of the beach, and I just noticed this really thin worn piece of bone on the surface of this stone. You can see there the bone structure. It's very nondescript, you won't be able to know what that is, it's too far gone. It's still pretty cool to see. I've completely searched this part of the beach, so I'm going to continue on and see what else we can find. Coming up to another patch of pebbles, I can see some footprints walking along, but let's see if we can spot anything that they might have missed. Just making sure I scan all of the area so I don't miss anything. Oh, there's a nice ammonite fossil just there. Looks like it should all be in there. Looks like quite a sticky matrix. It might be quite hard to prep. We'll keep hold of that one. It's not worth the risk of cracking it open, as from this location the ammonites don't split open very well, so we're better off trying to prep this one at home with the finer tools. I've already got a few nodules since I last videoed, but I've just been walking along and there is what looks to be another perfect ammonite specimen just down here. Wonder what it looks like on the other side. Oh yeah, nice keel all the way around. It's a bit crushed on this side, but this side should be perfect. Probably the best one of the day so far. I'm hoping we'll find a few different species today, but it's a nice little section of fossilized wood down here. Or at least I thought it was the complete section. It's actually just on the surface of this limestone. It's just this really thin plank that's on the surface. It looks pretty nice. If it was solid wood all the way through, we'd have been able to cut and polish this and it would have looked pretty nice. But on this occasion, it's just on the surface, so we'll leave that one there. Must be something in amongst all these pebbles. There's tons to look through. There's a nice belemnite fossil just waiting to be picked up. It's always so satisfying when they're loose in amongst the shingle. Put that one in the pocket. It's also a tiny pebble with an ammonite inside. See the little keel all the way around? It's like a little macaron. I won't eat that one though, I'll break my teeth. Looks like a nice nodule to crack open, see if there's something inside. Looks like someone's already had a go at trying to split that one, but just part of the outer keel's broken off. Might as well give it another crack, might be able to salvage something from it. I've just finished searching that part of the beach. I'm going to continue on, move around the headland. Hopefully no one's been around there and there'll be some more fossils to find. Right, there's plenty to be looking through here. I'm gonna just slowly zigzag my way along the beach without getting too close to the cliff, of course. Looks rather treacherous. Just noticed a little phragmocone with a winkle attached. Little belemnite phragmocone there. Not worth keeping, but still nice to see. A little bit of variation. It's also a little fossil shell. Nice 3D bivalve. And these are what I was saying. People say I love hearts when they're in the stone and they wear through. That's what it looks like. Spotted another little ammonite just in that stone there. I've also just spotted another ammonite that's already been cracked open by the looks of things. Hasn't been the best preserved ammonite, but you know, it's not too bad. It's a little calcite vein running through there which has distorted it a little bit. You can see all the lovely calcite in the chambers there. It's pretty nice. Just been searching along the edge of this mud and I've noticed this really nice rounded rock. It's quite a nice size. Is there anything inside? Oh yeah, see the ribs of an ammonite there. Could be quite a nice one. It's worth taking home and preparing that one just in case it's a good size, if it takes up a lot of the nodule. Darren just come round from the other side. We'll have to see what is found in a little bit. Me on the other hand, I've just spotted this belemnite fossil in this loose shale slab. It's quite a satisfying lump. It looks pretty cool. So this is the belemnite guard, which is the hard shell of a 180 million year old squid. Awesome. Let's see if you can spot the fossil. Quite a lot of big boulders, so straight away you can rule those ones out. See it yet? It's actually under that rock. See the nice big ammonite keel? Oh yeah. See some little spines there, so it's a Prehistoric ammonite. It'll have little spines going round the outer wall. Decent size too. Let's see what else we can find. There's another ammonite lurking just down here. Another perfect specimen. The keel's really nice. Nicely preserved one. Perfect. It's a nice section of Prehistoric ammonite here. See, it's just been preserved on the surface of a pyritic nodule, so most likely the ammonite's been crushed flat, and as it's fallen from the cliff, it's shattered into many pieces, and we're just left with a partial imprint. It's lovely to see all the intricate detail on the shell. A nice 3D one would be appreciated if we found one today, but it's very unlikely as they're pretty rare to find complete, especially when they get to this size.
I've had a look at a different part of the beach and I've just met back up with Shay and I'm going to show you my finds. I've not got as many as him, but let's have a look. So I've got a few different ammonites. This one looks particularly nice.
It looks like a really nice specimen.
Should be complete, but as Shay probably explained already, the fossils from this particular beach often look really nice, but they're actually not preserved or preserved pretty poorly. Some of them are preserved well, so let's see. We've got another rock with another nice ammonite. So just ammonites today so far, and another pretty interesting looking nodule. Let's start opening these up, as well as the fossils that Shay found.
Before we start cracking open those ammonite nodules, I'm going to show you the ones that I found, which we're going to keep as is. So if you just look over here, these are the ones that I've managed to find. And as you can see, the ammonite keels of these ones look particularly well preserved with little to no erosion. So all these specimens should be worth taking home and preparing with the tools. I'm really excited to see what this one's going to look like. It's a really pyritic rock, so hopefully the ammonite inside is nice and golden. We've got a nice pile of nodules here which we're going to crack open. Then once we've cracked open all of these ones, I'm going to give this one a go, which I showed you earlier in the video. I can see a nice hairline crack starting to form around the edge of the stone, which is usually a good sign that it's going to split well. It's not always the case, but might as well give it a go. So let's get cracking and split open some of these nodules. Just going to put my safety goggles on and get splitting. This small brown piece over here is actually what looks to be some lobster. Pretty nondescript, you can't really tell what it is. So we'll leave that one to the side, but it almost looks like a little lobster leg. They're really fine. Let's crack open a bigger nodule. Oh, it's a nice surprise. You can see a nice ammonite keel. Let's give it a little tap, see if we can remove some more of the stone. Should be a pretty nice ammonite specimen once we've prepped it at home. We saved the best till last. We're going to crack open what I think to be a Prehistoric ammonite. You see there, natural fracture already starting to form. cracked already. Is it going to be a good one? Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It hasn't split all the way around, but I don't think I want to risk it anymore because it looks like it's going to be a really nice specimen. You see the small spines just on the keel there, and they'll go all the way to the centre. Should be a really nice ammonite once it's prepared. I'm really pleased with that one. Let's go further along the beach and see if we can find some more. There's plenty of fresh material here and I've been searching through it. And right near the very end, just on top of this shingle here, is this beautiful ammonite. It's a nice Hildoceras specimen, pretty much perfect. It was really satisfying to find this one. It's got such a lovely keel. Very nice, I'm really pleased with that. Let's keep searching around here and see if we can find a bigger one. So there's potentially a nodule in this slab. See there, the more dense material. You just tap around the edge, that should break loose. It looks like the wrong shape, to be honest. It's quite pyritic as well. We'll leave that one. We've had some pretty poor tides recently, so I imagine the sea hasn't even washed through any of this. So when there's the next big rough sea, it'll wash all of this through, and there could potentially be some really nice nodules and ammonites and fossils and things that are going to scatter themselves within all of these stones. It's quite a nice, pretty nice belemnite specimen. It's quite big. See there, it'll continue under the shale. But quite often these belemnite specimens break into multiple pieces because they're so fragile. So unless it's a really big specimen, we won't even take it home. But it's still nice to see. The sea will break it up eventually, but until then, other people will be able to come and have a look at it. I've just been filming this waterfall, seeing the water droplets spray against the cliff, and while I was walking along, I actually managed to notice this belemnite fossil down here. It's crazy how it's managed to slip between that crack. It's actually a really nice one. It's a really good size. It's amazing that it's managed to stay intact. It's quite tactile actually, it's quite a chunky one. Well, that's managed to fall from high up in the cliffs, and it stayed in one piece. You can see there where the water's started to get through, where it's probably got some weaknesses. That's a pretty nice specimen. I'm just working my way back towards my bag. The tides aren't really in our favour today, but I'll see what I can find on the way back to my bag. Just looking in amongst all the shale, seeing if we can spot anything that looks cool for the camera. Here are a couple more little pieces that I managed to find on the way back. Split open this rather nice stack specimen. It's lovely and pyritised, and then another partial pyritised stack. It's got some lovely calcite and pyritisation. Let's see if you can spot the fossil. You see it yet? It's just this tiny ammonite impression on this pyritised nodule. See there, a perfect ammonite imprint, and then on the other side, it's what looks to be a partial belemnite phragmocone, and then a few tiny pieces of crushed ammonite washed amongst it. See there, the pyrite crust that surrounds the whole nodule. We've finished our fossil hunt, but before we head back up to the car, we thought we'd show you our best finds. We've laid them out on a rock, so let's have a look at them and we'll tell you a bit about each one. Start with one of the last finds that we found. So this is a lovely Hildoceras specimen, and this ammonite is actually a Hildoceras lusitanicum ammonite. And this is a marine cephalopod that have swam the seas around 180 million years ago. It's by far one of the most satisfying ones to find today. So we'll look at a different one. We've got this, which we didn't show on camera, but it's actually a piece of hybridized fossil wood. You see there the fine grain. It's probably been a small branch off a much larger tree. It looks pretty cool. We thought we'd take that. It's like quite a nice piece. Let's have a look at this one next. So this is the Prehistoric ammonite that we managed to reveal about a quarter of the ammonite, slightly more. And then in terms of the other ammonites we've got, these are all Dactyliosauria species, either athleticum or commune. You can find other types of DAC, but in the location that we're at today, we won't be able to find those. See there, we've got some beautiful specimens. We should be able to prep up pretty nice. We could even cut and polish these specimens because these particular ammonites are really calcitic. So all of the chambers could be sliced clean in half and then polished. So these are the best finds that we've managed to find today. We've got a few other bits that we've left in the bag, but I don't think that's bad at all for a couple hours out on the beach. It's been a really nice day. We've rounded up our fossils, we've packed our bags, we're gonna head along the beach, head home. We'll see you in the next fossil hunt.